Hello guys, good morning all of you. So today I want to discuss the straight lines concept. So before explaining the straight lines concept, we have to revise the 2D geometry basics. Okay, so let me take x-axis and y-axis here. So this is x-axis and y-axis. So this x-axis and y-axis are mutually perpendicular lines. So mutually perpendicular lines means angle between x and y-axis becomes 90 degrees. So this becomes 90 degrees. Okay, now so this x and y axis are intersecting at a point O. Okay, now this is the entire plane. This entire plane, this x and y axis are dividing into 4 quadrants. Okay, so this is the first quadrant, this is second quadrant, this is third quadrant, and this is fourth quadrant. Okay, but in the first quadrant here, so positive x axis, positive y axis. So in this quadrant, x values are positive and y values are positive. Okay. So next, if I take the second quadrant, negative x axis and positive y axis. So x values are negative and y values are positive. Okay. If I take the third quadrant here, so x values are negative and y values are also negative. Y means negative x axis and negative y axis. Okay. Now, if I take the fourth quadrant here, so x axis is positive and y axis is negative. So x values are positive and y values are negative. But if you want to plot the point on the graph, okay, if you want to plot the point on the plane, okay, first suppose the point lies on the x axis, I can plot it like this. The point on the y axis, I can plot it like this. First suppose if a point lies on a plane, how to plot it? Okay, I will show you in the diagrammatic way. So this is y axis and x axis. Okay, so y axis and x axis. So this is the origin. Okay, so let me take point on the plane. So this point is x comma y. Okay, so point is x comma y. So this point is x units distance from y axis along the positive direction of x axis. From here, y units distance from x axis along the positive direction of y axis. So this length is y, this length is x. So these two dotted lines are intersecting at this point. So this point is point of x comma y. Okay. So from here to here, the length is y. Okay. This length also y. From here to here. Okay. From here to here, length is x. So this length from here to here, this length also x. So this point x comma y, so we can call it as a ordered pair. Okay, ordered pair. Here x and y have some special names. Okay, x we can call it as a abscissor. X we can call it as a abscissor. Y value you can call it as a ordinate. Okay, sometimes they will give an example. They won't give x values is this one, y values are this one. They mention the question like this: ordinate value equal to 3 and abscissor value equal to 4. So at that time, the x value is 4 and y value is 3. You have to remember by using these conditions. Okay. Now by using these notations. Now for better understanding purpose, I will tell you one example based on this. Okay. So example, plot the point P of 2, 3. Okay. So to plot this, I am taking the graph here, y-axis and x-axis. So you can take a numbers on the x-axis 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So negative x-axis is negative values. So minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Here you have to take positive values. Okay. So next this one is negative values. Now see here, what is the x value here? X value is 2. And what is the y value here? 3. So what I told here previously, the point of x comma y is there. So from here to here, x units distance. From here to here, y units distance. Okay. So first x value is what? 2. Okay. Y value is what? 3. So from this point, 2 units distance from y axis and 3 units distance from x axis. Okay. So these two dotted lines are intersecting at this point. So this point is 2, 3. All of you, is it clear? So all of you note down this. Okay. The next concept is distance between 2 points. Okay. So let me take 2 points on the line. Okay. So this point is x1 comma y1. Okay. So this point is x2 comma y2. So they are asking distance from point A to point B. So the standard formula is AB equal to square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Okay, is it clear? So this one I can represent in one more way. So AB equal to square root of x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. So this formula will play a major role in the straight line. Okay. So this formula you learned already in the 10th class also. Okay. This formula is very useful in the geometry part. So based on this formula, I will tell you an example here. So example, find the distance between 2 points. So find the distance between 2 points. 2 points. 2 points A comma B. Okay. So A value they mention 6 comma minus 4. So B value they mention here 3 comma 0. Okay. Now, so they gave A and B points. So what is the distance between 2 points formula? AB equal to square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Now, you will get a doubt here. At what value you have to take x1, y1? At what value you have to take x2, y2? Okay? If you take reversal also, no problem, you will get a correct answer. So this one I am taking it as a x1, y1. So this one I am taking it as a x2, y2. So if I apply the formula, what I am getting? AB equal to square root of 3 minus 6 whole square plus 0 minus of minus 4 becomes plus 4 whole square. So 3 minus 6 whole square becomes minus 3 whole square plus 4 square becomes what? 16. So this value becomes square root of 9 plus 16. So this becomes square root of 25. Okay. So AB equal to square root of 25 I got. So what is AB value? Square root of 25 becomes 5. So 5 units distance from point A to point B. Okay. All of you note down this. Now the next concept is internal division and external division and midpoint. Okay. I will tell you in the diagrammatical way. If the coordinates of the point P divides the line joining the points A and B in the ratio internally and externally. Okay. Internally means, guys, all of you listen here. So there is a line. So this is the point A, x1 comma y1. So this is the point B, x2 comma y2. So line joining the 2 points from here to here. If I join these 2 points, this is the line joining the 2 points. Okay. If a point P lies between A and B, so if the point P lies between A and B, which divides the ratio m is to n ratio. Okay. If a point P lies between A and B, which divides the ratio m is to n, is called an internal division. Okay. At that time, they will ask what is this pointer. Okay. So for that we have a standard formula. If the coordinates of the point P, if the coordinates of the point P divides the line joining the pointer, divides line joining points. A is x1 comma y1 and B is x2 comma y2. Internally in the ratio internally in the ratio m is to n. In the ratio m is to n. So the formula is mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n. So m by 2 plus n by 1 by m plus n. Okay. So this is the point. Okay. So this is the point P. This value is x value. So this value is y value. Okay. Now here you will get a doubt. What is the external division? So external division means I will represent in the diagrammatically way. So this is the line. So this is the point A, x1 comma y1. Okay. This is the point B, x2 comma y2. Internal division means the point lies between A and B. External division means the point lies outside of A and B, which means here. Okay, so whether these 2 points lies on left side of this point or right side of this point. Okay, so this point divides A and B, which is the ratio m is to n. Okay, if they ask like that, you represent. If the coordinates of the point, P divides the line joining the point, line joining points, A and B is, okay, A point is x1 comma y1 and B point is x2 comma y2, externally in the ratio, m is to n. Okay, the formula is mx2 minus nx1 by m minus n. Okay, my2 minus n by 1 by m minus n. All of you listen here. So internal division formula is mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n, my2 plus n by 1 by m plus n. External division formula is mx2 minus nx1 by m minus n. So m comma my2 minus n by 1 by m minus n. So this value is x value, this value is y value. So this is the external division point. Okay, here the ratio m and n values are different. For suppose if the ratio becomes equal, okay, which means m is to m will come. So this point divides the line joining the point exactly at midpoint. Okay, so now note down all of you. So midpoint, if the point P divides the line joining points exactly at midpoint, is formula is x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2. So in this case the diagram will be, you see here, so this is point A, this is point B. So a point P divides exactly at midpoint. Midpoint means always lies between A and B. So this ratio equal to this ratio. So that ratio becomes m is to m, or 1 is to 1, or 2 is to 2, or k is to k. Okay? If the ratio becomes equal, that point P divides the line joining the points exactly at midpoint. So the formula is x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2. Okay, all of you note down up to here. Next I want to tell the area of the triangle concept. Guys, area of the triangle, for example, if you want to form a triangle, we need 3 vertices. Okay, so now they mention area of the triangle of 3 vertices A point and B point and C point. Then what is the formula for area of the triangle is delta. Sorry, the area of the triangle is denoted by delta, which is equal to 1 by 2 into modulus of x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y3 minus y1 plus x3 into y1 minus y2. Okay, so y modulus I took here, area never be negative. So finally, if the resultant everything will be negative, because of this modulus, you will get the area becomes positive. Okay, now is it clear? So first suppose, here I will tell you one important point. First suppose, if area of the triangle, if area of the triangle becomes equal to 0 will come. So these 3 points are collinear points. Collinear means those 3 points lies on a same line. You can write here. So 3 points lies on a same line. So if 3 points lies on a same line, then those 3 points are collinear points. Points are collinear points. Collinear points. So the diagram I will show you here. So this is point A. Okay. So this is point B. This is point C. If three vertices the lies on single line, so by using these 3 vertices I can't form a triangle. So that's why area of the triangle becomes 0. So in any cases, if they mention 3 points lies on a same line, okay, sometimes they will mention what is the area of the triangle. At that time directly you can say these 3 points lies on a same line, then these 3 points are collinear points, so area of the triangle becomes 0. Okay, so these are the basic concepts of 2D geometry. Next we will discuss we'll speak about the straight lines now. Okay, before explaining the straight lines, we have to know what is the inclination of a line and slope of a line. Okay, is it clear for everyone? Now, what is the inclination of a line? So all of you listen very carefully. So these straight lines concepts are more interesting if you understand the concept easy way. Okay, so for example, inclination. Okay, I am taking the 2D coordinate system here. So this is x-axis and this is y-axis. I am taking a non-vertical line like this. Non-vertical means which is neither parallel nor perpendicular. Okay, so this line is L. Okay, which makes an angle theta with the x-axis. Okay, if this angle is theta, this angle becomes what? 180 minus theta. If you observe clearly, if a line cuts the x-axis, it's forming 2 angles with the x-axis. Okay, you have to mention that point. A line, if a line makes 2 angles with the x-axis. Okay, now the definition of inclination, all of you listen very carefully. The definition of inclination, a line makes an angle theta with the positive direction of x-axis measured in an anti-clockwise direction. Once again I am repeating, a line makes an angle theta with the positive direction of x-axis measured in an anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so write down the definition. A line makes an angle theta. A line makes an angle theta with the positive direction of x-axis. With the positive direction of x-axis. Okay, and measured in anti-clockwise direction. Measured in anti-clockwise direction. anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so E is called inclination of a line. E is called inclination of a line. Now, so here one more point is, for suppose if a line is parallel to x-axis or coincide with the x-axis, so the inclination becomes 0 degrees. Okay, you mentioned that point. If any line parallel to x-axis, so this symbol means parallel to x-axis or coincide with the x-axis, having an inclination is 0 degrees. Having an inclination is 0 degrees. Is 0 degrees. Okay. For suppose if a line is parallel to y-axis and coincide with y-axis, so what is the inclination which becomes? For example, if a line is parallel to y-axis and coincide with the y-axis, the inclination becomes 90 degrees. Okay, or that one you can call it in one more way. If a line is perpendicular to x-axis or parallel to y-axis, having an inclination is 90 degrees. Okay, note on that point. If a line perpendicular to x-axis, in the bracket we mention parallel to y-axis, parallel or coincide with the y-axis, okay, so bracket close, having an inclination 90 degrees, okay. All of you understand the definition of an inclination is a line makes an angle theta with a positive direction of x-axis and measured in anti-clockwise direction is called inclination of a line. Okay, is it clear everyone? So now all of you note down. Next I want to discuss slope of a line. Okay guys, here the slope of a line is, okay, I am telling the definition, you listen very carefully. If theta is inclination of a line, so tan theta is called slope or gradient of a line. Okay, so this one slope have another name, that is a gradient. So this tan theta is called slope or gradient of a line. So the slope of the line is denoted by small m. So it is denoted by small m. Okay. So finally the slope of the line becomes m equal to tan theta. Is it clear everyone? Now, so this is the formula for slope of a line, m equal to tan theta. Here two points with the specific points. So they will ask what is the slope of a horizontal line and what is the slope of a vertical line. So slope of a horizontal line, put a side and so slope of a horizontal line means what ma? So if I take the horizontal line which is parallel to x-axis, okay, this parallel to x-axis, if you observe clearly, this horizontal line does not incline with the x-axis, so inclination becomes what I get 0 degrees. So what is the slope of a line formula? M equal to tan theta. So this 0 degrees if I substitute here, what I am getting? Tan 0 degrees. Okay, What is tan 0 value? 0 only. So finally, the slope of the horizontal line becomes 0. Okay. Now, sometimes they will ask the slope of a vertical line. Slope of vertical line. Vertical line. So vertical line means which is perpendicular to x-axis. So this is x-axis. So this vertical line is perpendicular to x-axis. Perpendicular means angle between this vertical line and x-axis becomes what ma? 90 degrees. Okay. So here inclination becomes theta equal to 90 degrees. So what is the slope of the line formula? M equal to tan theta. This 90 degrees, if I substitute here, tan 90. Okay. Tan 90 degrees value is what ma? Infinite. Infinite means the slope of the vertical line is not defined. Is it clear, everyone? So sometimes they will ask a question here. Okay. So they won't ask the slope of a vertical line. So sometimes they will ask a line is parallel to y-axis. What is the slope of a line? If you observe clearly, this one parallel to y-axis means obviously it is perpendicular to x-axis. No. Okay. So directly you can say not defined. So in this case, a line is perpendicular to y-axis. They will ask. You see here, this is y-axis. This line becomes perpendicular to y-axis. No. So the slope of the line becomes 0. Okay. Indirectly they will ask based on this question. Okay. Indirectly they will ask the question. Okay. Next, I will tell one example based on this m equal to tan theta formula. All of you note down. Example: find a line makes an angle 60 degrees with the x-axis. Find a line makes an angle 60 degrees with x-axis. Okay. Find a line makes an angle theta. Sorry, makes an angle 60 degrees. 60 degrees with the, sorry, not find a line, find a slope of a line. Find a slope of line makes an angle 60 degrees with the positive x-axis. Okay. So positive x-axis, which means diagram if we draw, so this is the line. Okay. So this angle with the positive x-axis, what they mention? 60 degrees. So here inclination becomes is what ma? Theta equal to 60 degrees. If I want the slope of the line formula, m equal to tan theta. So this theta value if I substitute here, what I am getting here? Tan 60 degrees. So tan 60 value is what ma? √3. So finally the slope of this line becomes √3. Okay. All of you note down this point. Next, I want to discuss slope of a line when 2 points lies on the same line. Okay guys, slope of a line when coordinates of any 2 points lies on the line. Okay, so they mention any 2 points. Let you can take let point A x1 comma y1 and point B x2 comma y2 lies on a line L. Okay, small l makes an angle theta with the positive direction of angle theta with the positive direction of x-axis. Here you will get a doubt here. So a line makes an angle theta with the positive direction of x-axis, but theta is the inclination of a line. Okay, here inclination of a line may be acute or obtuse. Okay, here you will get a doubt. So what is acute angle and obtuse angle? If an angle lies between 0 and 90 degrees, that becomes acute. If an angle lies more than 90 degrees, that becomes a obtuse angle. Okay? Here, inclination of a line is acute or obtuse. Is it clear, everyone? Now here we are getting two cases here, acute angle and obtuse angle. So first suppose I am taking the case 1. Okay, first suppose if theta is acute, how the diagram will be, I will draw. Okay, so let me draw the diagram. You see here, all of you, I am taking the coordinate system. So this is x axis and this is y axis. Okay, so this is point O. Okay, let me take a line like this. This is makes an angle theta with the positive direction of x axis. Here 2 points lies on a line. So this point is a value x1 comma y1. Okay, so this point is B. So this B point is x2 comma y2. Okay, if I draw a foot of the perpendicular from point B to x axis, it is intersecting at point C. Okay, from point A to BC, if I draw a foot of the perpendicular, it is intersecting at the point D. Now you observe clearly this triangle DAB. So this angle which is equal to this angle only. Okay, angle DAB becomes what we will get, ma? So angle DAB which is equal to theta. So here you will get a doubt here. Sir, already we know the inclination of a line. Then what is the use of they are giving the two coordinates of a line? Okay, whenever they mention two coordinates of a line, they won't give the angle. Okay, that's why by using these two coordinates, we have to find the slope of a line. Is it clear, everyone? Now, angle DAB becomes what we will get, theta. But if I want the slope of a line, I want the tan value. So, if I apply tan here on both sides, what I will get? Tan theta equal to tan of triangle DAB. Okay, angle DAB. Now, tan means what, ma? Opposite side by adjacent side. So here opposite is what? BD. Adjacent side is what? AD. So this becomes which is equal to BD by AD. Now I need the length of BD and AD. Now you observe clearly. You see here, I am taking the dotted line. So this length is x1. This length is x1. So if I take from here, so this length is x2. Okay, so from this x2 length, if I subtract x1 length, so this becomes x2 minus x1. From here to here, this length is x2 minus x1. This length also x2 minus x1. Is it clear? Now, from this point to this point, the height is y1. Now, from this point to x-axis, height is y2. Okay, if this is y1, from here to here, this also y2. From this total height, if I subtract y1 height, so this becomes what I will get? y2 minus y1. Okay, so now BD length is what? y2 minus y1. So AD length is what? x2 minus x1. So you will get here tan theta equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So now the slope of a line m equal to tan theta. So finally slope of a line when an angle is acute angle, slope is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Is it clear, everyone? When angle theta is acute angle, the diagram will be looks like this. Okay, if I want slope of the line by using these two coordinates, slope of the line equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Okay, now the second case is, if in case if theta is obtuse angle, if theta is obtuse angle, the diagram will be, okay, all of you note down this. If theta is acute angle, the diagram will be now all of you listen here. So if theta is obtuse angle, so case to theta is obtuse angle. Obtuse angle. All of you listen carefully here, and I am drawing the diagram here. Okay. If theta is obtuse angle, obtuse means what I told, more than 90 degrees. More than 90 degrees means the diagram will be like this. Okay. So this angle which makes an angle with the positive x-axis. So this becomes theta. Okay. Now this is the point A. So this is the point B. Okay. All of you note down. So this is point A, x1 comma y1. So this is point B, x2 comma y2. Okay. So if I draw a foot of the perpendicular to x-axis, it is intersecting at point C. From point A to, if I draw a foot of the perpendicular to BC, it is intersecting at point D. Okay. Now this angle is theta, so this angle becomes 180 minus theta. Okay. Is it clear, everyone? So angle DAB becomes equal to 180 minus theta. Angle DAB which is equal to 180 minus theta. Is it clear? If minus theta comes this side plus theta, this one goes to that side, what I will get? Minus. So theta equal to 180 minus triangle DAB. Is it clear? Now if I apply tan on both sides, what I am getting? Tan theta equal to 180 minus, tan of 180 minus angle DAB. Okay. Now what is tan of 180 minus theta? Tan of 180 minus theta is minus tan theta. So this one is minus triangle DAB. Okay. Minus tan of angle DAB. Okay. Now here, what is tan of angle DAB? Tan means opposite side by adjacent side by. So opposite length is what? BD. Adjacent length is what? AD. So you can write here, this one is minus BD by AD. Okay. So minus BD by AD. Now I need to find the BD length and AD length. You see here, same like previously. So this height is y1. Okay. So this height is y2. Okay. So this height is y1 means this height also y1. Okay. Now this height is y2. So this becomes what you will get, y2 minus y1. Like that, this one. You see here, from here to here is x2. From here to here is x1. So from this length, if I subtract x2, this one what I will get? x1 minus x2. Okay. So if I substitute here, minus of y2 minus y1 by x1 minus x2. This minus if I multiply in the denominator, so finally what I will get? y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So this becomes equal to slope of a line. Now you have to observe here, the angle is obtuse or arcuate. The slope of a line passing through 2 points, formula is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Here we have to conclude, consequently a line passing through x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2. Okay, and the slope of a line is the formula is m equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Is it clear, everyone? All of you. Now, based on this formula, I have to discuss one example. So all of you note down this. Guys, now you have to see here, find the slope of a line passing through 2 points. What they mentioned here? 3 comma minus 2 and minus 1 comma 4. Okay. Now what is the formula? If slope of a line passing through the points x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2 is formula is m equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Now here, so this is x1 and y1 value, so this is x2 and y2 value. Okay, now if I substitute y2 and y1 value here, what I will get? 4 minus of minus 2 by x2 value is what? Minus 1, x1 value is 3. Okay, so now what I will get? 4 plus 2 by minus 4. So this becomes what I will get? 6 by minus 4. So this one is minus 3 by 2. So finally the slope of a line passing through 2 points is m equal to minus 3 by 2. Okay. So guys, thank you all of you. In the next class we can discuss angle between lines and parallel lines and perpendicular lines. Okay, we will discuss tomorrow's class. Thank you all of you.